Good evening, everybody. I'm not going to be on long. This is Vonda Evans. But you know what? I was prompted to share this with you, and I want to share this message with you. It's time to heal. Many women want a relationship. We're nurturers. That's what we do. We have children. We are nurturers. We raise them. We love. And we want a nurturing, loving relationship. And what we do is we become impatient. We become impatient with ourselves. We'll meet a man and, he may, uh, ask you for your number or inbox you or something. Next thing you know, a couple of days later, you got him over your house. You cooking him a feast. He got greens, pinto beans, cake, everything. 2 weeks later, you having sex with him. 2 months later, you moving in with him. And you end up breaking up and you don't know what is it about me that I'm doing wrong. So this is what you do. With a last relationship, when I was with Peter, he got mad that, I didn't cook. So I'm a cook. So then that ends. So then you say, well, when I get with Paul, he said, I talk too much. So I ain't gonna say nothing. That ends. And so after a while, you start to think, is there something wrong with me? The only thing wrong with you is that you refuse to take the time to heal. On the outside, you Chanel Balenciaga up, you on fleek, but you bleeding on the inside. And you keep going and doing the same things. But let me tell you something. The Bible says, stop throwing your pearls after swine. Let me tell you something about God. God don't believe in social promotion. What that mean? You'll be 70 in the fourth grade. Well, I guess you didn't learn from Peter, Paul, James, little man, and tutu. Well, you're gonna keep learning. And what happens is you just keep hitting a brick wall. You gotta start to love yourself enough to say, you know what, I'm gonna push back from dating. I have done everything for a man. I have engaged in sexual relationships. I've engaged him money. I have given him love. I have given him time. I may have even given him a child. And each relationship that I'm in ends the same way with heartache and pain. Isn't it time to heal you? Isn't it time to say, you know what, I'm gonna take a break from dating for a minute? But it's lonely. Yes, it is lonely. But let me ask you this. If you broke your finger tomorrow, will it heal? No. It takes time. It's a process. And you understand that. But you won't take time to heal you. You in 2 or 3 relationships in a year. One in, you find another. One in, you find another. And you keep getting the same thing. Why? Because you refuse to heal. You got to take the time to push back and say, I'm not going to date for a while. I'm going to learn to know me. I'm going to establish a standard for dating. Many of y'all, you know what y'all standard is? He look good, he smell good, he look like he working with some real good equipment. What kind of standard is that? And you give that man way too much when you've known him too little. Let me ask you this. Many of you all work. And if you were given a proposition that you could earn the same amount of money with the same benefits, but you didn't have to go to work, would you? No. You go to work because you have to earn your money. Everything in your life you earn except your relationships. You give them everything. Oh, you ain't got to do that. You can have this, you can have that. Because once you open your legs, you open your heart. And what happens is that man takes advantage of you. Why? Because you're giving it to him too soon. So what you need to do is say, you know what? I'm going to give to me. I'm going to give quality time to me. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to learn me. How, look, if I go to church or you go to the mosque or the synagogue and you got somebody talking about something, well, I believe in the universe, eliminate it. What about somebody that you meet, he loved to drink, smoke weed, eliminate it. Because now you realize that you are worthy of the wait. And let me tell you what'll happen. It may take a week, a month, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. But a king who wants a wife will see the queen in you and he will wife you. And what you have to do is you have to carry yourself like that. See, you attracting bums, okay? Because they smell good, They look good and they look like they work in with some equipment. And you keep attracting them. And you're not attracting kings. Why? Because you're not carrying yourself like a queen. You say queen, you say, queen, I'm this. Well, if you a queen, what you done met a man, you know him for 2 weeks and you got him laid up in your bed. And what he gonna say? Well, baby, listen, if I can't have sex with you, I don't need to be with you. Bye. That's not what I want. So if you gotta have sex that bad, then it ain't me. I'm with it. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm not settling anymore because I deserve better. But let me tell you something about a real king. A real king will honor what you say, whatever you say, because you are now setting the standard by which he has to come to get you. So if a man want to run because you won't have sex with him, let him. If a man want to say, well, I've been with you a month and you ain't having no sex with me, that's crazy. Recently, I had somebody say, yeah, well, that's old saying that, a man want a lady in the street and a freak in the bed. That work for the old timers. Your grandmama was married. Many of you have never been married. You got kids and grandkids. Don't you think you deserve to be a wife? But you got to start acting like that. You got to start saying, listen, we're not shacking. We ain't having sex. We're not doing none of that. Okay? You understand that? Because you got to come to me on my terms. I don't care how old you are, how fat you are, how skinny. I don't give a dang on about none of that. When you carry yourself as a queen and is befitting, he will do what he got to do in order to get you. Let me tell you something. Harry left his country for the love of his life and wiped her, a black woman. But you can't even make him wait 2 weeks to have no sex. He ain't gonna call me no more. If that man will leave his country and the line of the throne for a black woman and he white, you can't do that for you. And you just as worthy, but you got to stop bleeding on the inside and stop putting all that Chanel and that Balenciaga and them diamonds on. And you got to stop the bleed. And the only way you're going to do that, you got to get to know who you are. You got to fall in love with you. You got to buy yourself stuff. Vonda, happy Valentine's Day. Okay, here, I want to buy you this. Honor yourself. Love you. Spoil you. You deserve it. And when you start to spoil you, love you, you won't settle for just anything because you know that you are worthy of it. Yes, you will be lonely, but guess what? Healing takes time. And sometimes healing hurts. But the benefit is that you are healed and you're broken and you're bleeding. Sis, you have done everything a man has ever asked you. A onesome, a twosome, a threesome, foursome. Love you enough to say, you know what? I'm going to put this dating on pause. I'm going to learn to know who I am. I'm going to have the standard in me. And however long it takes, I'm going to wait. Because let me tell you something. It's a king looking for a queen and looking to wife you. But you got to stop throwing your pearls after swine. It's time to heal. It's time to heal. Be blessed and have a wonderful evening.